My name is Nelson Núñez Rodriguez. I am Associate Professor of Chemistry and Natural Sciences Department. I teach chemistry for science and engineering majors. And the idea that I will share today is connected to lab reports, how students can use lab reports to develop quantitative reasoning. Along the years, I realized that it was so difficult for them to understand what I mean by you have to analyze or you have to interpret better the results. On the other hand, I realized that students coming from biology or physics class had a better understanding of my expectations. So somehow I began thinking in what way I can develop a tool that can be useful for all lab reports, because students develop a different experience every week. So it is difficult for them to carry over any learning moment to a different experience. What I developed was 4 questions as a simple rubric to evaluate the scientific literacy progress along the semester. These 4 questions are: how many times students try to interpret the data or attempt to interpret the data. Second question, how many times this attempt was correct. Third question, a more difficult question to be answered: how many times students recognize the limit of the experiment or the experimental tool to further answer the experimental question. And the fourth question, how many times students include personal feelings in the lab report. That is a common mistake of students trying to write more on the paper, and they need to develop that scientific writing skill. Scientific writing skill is based on data, not based on personal feeling. By sharing these 4 questions with them in advance, they had clear idea of my expectations. And also, I built on the fact that the class is a writing intensive class, so 3 of the lab reports can be revised by the students, so they can come back to the initial writing and improve it based on the 4 questions that I mentioned before. In doing so, I have observed an improvement in the ability of the student to analyze data instead of getting focused on personal feelings and personal opinions based on the lab experience. My expectation is that in Chemistry 220, students don't start in 0. Chemistry 220 is the second class in the chemistry sequence after Chemistry 1, that is the one that I teach. So if the students have this experience in Chemistry 1, in Chemistry 2, they can begin building on that already foundation that they have.